Brought to you by Tata. Leadership with trust.
Being an entrepreneur cannot be an easy task, but with the right amount of passion, dedication and mentorship, there's no stopping young budding entrepreneurs from making it big. Welcome to Tata First Dot, powered by NEN, India's first recognition and mentoring platform for student startups. I'm here at the sprawling SSN College of Engineering campus in Chennai, where 600 students have gathered to share ideas and interact with entrepreneurs. 30 student ventures have already been shortlisted, and winners are going to be announced at the culmination of this two-day event. Some of the world's largest and most successful companies like Microsoft, Apple or even Facebook began as student startups. Let's listen to someone from a group that's 100 years young and has entrepreneurship at its very core. I have with me right now Mr. Atul Agarwal. Can you tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind being part of such a venture?
As a group, Tata has been engaging with young people through multiple initiatives which provide relevant experiential exposure, something which can benefit the young people in the country. Entrepreneurship, which Tata First Dot actually represents, is a key value, is a key trait which Tata Group has been associated for over 100 years.
Right.
And therefore, when NEN came to us to support a student entrepreneurship, we thought this is perhaps a new, interesting facet of entrepreneurship in formative years of students, which you could get into.
Right.
And their pilot actually convinced that this is the sort of right way of going about it, and thus we decided to lend our full support and our name to it.
Can you tell me a little bit more, starting with exactly what's happening here with us right now and what this is going to culminate into?
See, very broadly speaking, we have defined it as a recognition and mentoring platform, the entire initiative for student entrepreneurs, which consists of 4 or 5 phases. In the first phase, there were a set of 10 workshops which were held in 10 different cities, regional workshops across the country, where 40 to 50 to 60 sort of students, student entrepreneurs participated, got exposed to mentors, got exposed to somebody from Tata talking about a specific case study. There was a 2 set of parallel competitions for judging, for getting the best student startups. There's a People's Choice competition, there's a jury-based national competition, both of which awards will be announced as part of this 2-day conference. The 2-day conference itself is the 3rd or the 4th phase of this, which has a number of interactions. We have more than 600 students coming in here. And now, those which are the shortlisted entrepreneurs, about 30 of them, including the winners, they will be provided mentorship support through the NEN network for a period of 12 months post this. So they will actually have a mentorship support and the guidance which will be available to them to sort of inform their own choices, to help them out in their own work, which they go after doing that for a period of 12 months.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Agarwal. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you very much.
The roundtable discussion has just started with the 30 finalists interacting with and getting feedback from top leaders from Tata's.
You might go on the lines of pharmaceutical companies.
It's something which you decide what to do with it.
He said, don't get it wrong. Hospitals exist to make money.
I have a startup called FordFarm, which is an open virtual university. It brings the entire college experience online with much more freedom and choice. The main problem which I am facing right now is making a transition from developer to manager. Now in order to expand FordFarm, I need to bring in more team members and I need to get these managerial skills. So what should I do?
If you look at the first 3 or 4 people who are involved with Apple, they all had strengths. So from what you're telling me, you're the Steve Wozniak kind of guy, who's very techy, loves creating technology. Wozniak did not try to be Jobs. Jobs did not try to be Wozniak. And when they needed managerial capability, they brought in Mike Markula, who was the guy who guided them through the first, being chairman of Apple for the first 7-8 years. So I think you have crossed the first hurdle, which is to say that you have recognized your strengths, what you can and want to do and what you don't want to do. That's the first achievement, because unless you do that yourself, you will try to be a multi-role combat aircraft, which is very difficult to do. So find a trusted person to be your Steve Jobs and to be your Mike Markula and form that team. The key thing is the trusted person that you can work with.
The people who are actually talented